Okay, so this video is for my students who have mastered and completed how to get a white X for their first layer. And the white X, though, in addition to that, though, should also match the corresponding colors for the sides here. So this should match your middle piece. So we can see that. So personally, I start off with looking at the white side and solving this one. You could do this with yellow, blue, green, orange, red. You can choose that. I choose white again because most algorithms and most of the stuff out online and most of the ways they want you to start is they have you start here. So it's just easier if you're trying to find other directions. So now I'm actually really done with having the white side flipped upward. At this point, I actually take my Rubik's Cube and I rotate it all the way around and I am done with that. Most of the my work now is going to be working with the yellow side actually up. So I do have to glance down and I do have to look at the cube, okay? So now my next strategy is to get these corner pieces, okay, to match 3 colors, because now I need this to be white to match the white side. I need this side to match green, and then I need this side to match pink right there, or orange or salmon, depending on the one you use. So I have to do that. So I have 3 colors now I'm kind of having to figure out where they go. So this is what you do for that, okay? And this is from an algorithm, but I have a different way to remember it, and it probably will help you, okay? So what I do is, now that I'm looking at the top side, the yellow side, I'm looking at the corners right here. And so this one is different than this one. Yes, they both have that white part that I want to get down here, but this one, the white part is actually on the top. I don't want that. If you have that, it's pretty easy to fix. It's actually simple to fix, but I'll show you that one in a moment. So right now we have one of the white sides is facing me, all right, or facing the side. So what I want to do, the other side is green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this over so these 2 greens here, this is on the side where it matches the green, middle, okay? So this is what I do, okay? So I take and just follow along with me for a minute, and I have a fun way to do this, right? So I like to think of, we push the green, push it away, okay? So when you have these 2 colors matching the middle, so green and green, they're matching, I take top green one and I push it, okay, to the side that it's supposed to go, right? So since this is on the left, I just push the green one. So I'm also going to do this really quick here too. I'm going to take a little sticky note. I'm going to place it right on the green so we can see what's kind of happening to that piece, okay? So I'm going to take that green and I'm going to push it, okay? Now I'm going to take the front, and since I need to get it down to the bottom left here, I'm going to take that one and I'm going to rotate that clockwise for a moment. If it was on the other side, I'd want to rotate counterclockwise. But since I want to get the piece this piece at the bottom left, so I push this away. And now I want to change this piece. I'm going to bring this piece and rotate it up. Now what I do, it's kind of like a truck. I back in. I kind of think, and I've shown this distance, I go beep, 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 right? Now I'm going to take this off for a moment, and we can see that my green matches green. Hey, look here, white and white. So now all I have to do intuitively, you're like, wait, this is that middle piece with that I had the white X. Now I just have to bring this and rotate it back. And look, I have red matching red, green matching green, and white matching white. Okay, so I want to turn my attention now to this piece that is facing, the white is facing upward, okay? So in order to fix that, and I know you're probably like worried that I'm messing up my Rubik's Cube. part of Rubik's Cubes are messing it up to fix a problem, okay? So I'm actually going to, I could do it two ways. I could take it and rotate it this way, or I could take it and rotate it this way. For ease of use, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to actually just turn this once, and you're like, you messed it up. I'm going to fix it. Notice how this piece now, this is the piece that has the white on it facing up that I don't want to have the white facing up. So watch. As I rotate this, the white is now not on top. Now what I'm going to do is I can rotate this any way I want. I'm going to actually rotate it. You can see that piece. But notice these two aren't being messed up. That's okay. So now I'm going to turn it here, and I'm just going to rotate this back. If you look back here, I have my white X, and this piece is how it's supposed to be. And now this was the piece that had the white facing upward, and now the white is facing to the side. And now I'm going to look for since I have white on one side and I have pink and blue. So now I know white is on the bottom, so I want to match this pink though with the pink side. So I'm going to rotate, and here's my pink side because the middle is pink. So now I'm going to do the same strategy, but now it's on the right hand side. So remember we said we push that color away, right? So I'm going to do that. And this is going to go right here because this is pink. There's a blue, which I need blue here, and then this is white. So this piece is ultimately going to end up right here, okay? All I'm really doing is swapping this and putting it here. So push the color away. So this time I'm on the right side, I push it towards this way. Since I wanted that piece to go down to the bottom right corner, I'm going to bring that bottom right corner and I'm going to move it counterclockwise. And so I'm bringing that up to here, okay? So let's review this, what we're doing here. And I'm going to put my sticky note here because this is the piece that I'm going to be, that will basically move here. So I push this color away, then I move this piece up to where the other piece was. So I move it, I rotate it. Now you can see this is the piece that I had that with the sticky note. Well, I don't move the Rubik's Cube, I'm still watching that pink side. So now I just back it in like a truck again, go beep, 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 beep. Now, I'm going to remove the sticky note. You can see the pink matches the pink here, right? So these all look pink. And I turn it, and you're like, oh, some white is matching. And you're like, wait a minute, but blue. Well, there's one last step here. We just need to take this and rotate it back down to where we originally had it. There we go. So I'm going to do one or two more to show you. So, and this is a good point. These two are stuck here. And you're like, well, how do I fix that? Well, here's what you have to do. You basically have to do the same method and put something there that's not supposed to be there. So let's look here. This is green, red, and yellow, right? I know red, green, and yellow doesn't go here, but I need to move this up to the top so I can get it to where it appropriately goes. So I'm going to do the same strategy, but I'm actually going to replace it with something that doesn't fit there. So I'm going to just use this piece right here, right? And I want this to go down here. So I'm going to push this away, rotate this up, back this up and go beep, 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 beep. And then I'm going to rotate this back. Okay, now that piece is out and I don't have it here anymore. Okay, so let's now put this where it's supposed to go before we do anything else. So now I'm looking for the green side. This matches green middle. Okay, so middle green, green. And then I don't have white on top, which is good because I don't have to rotate anymore, right? So now here's what I'm doing. And I'm not going to stop. I just want to show you that I continually look at this green side. Some students start to do this and then they turn it and then they're not looking at the original side. So now I'm looking at the green side, and I'm going to hold it this way so I'm not moving the Rubik's Cube all around, okay? So here's green. So I push the green away. I then need to get that down here, so I rotate that to move it up, and then I back it in. Beep, 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 beep. So I backed it in. Now I rotate this back, right? So this whole time you've been looking at the green side. I've been doing all my moves, and I've been watching this side the whole time. Now look. I have green, pink, and white. For the last one here, I have one more, and I have this blue. So this needs to go here. And I'm actually going to mess this up for a moment because I want to show you this way. So remember, when I did this corner, I rotated that side up, right? That's because I was doing this corner and it was right here. This time it's on the left. Okay, so I push this red, and actually, notice how the red matches the red here, and I have white on the side. So, this whole time you'll see this red in the middle. I'm rotating everything, and I'm not moving the view that I have. So my thumb will stay on that red dot, basically. Okay, so I push this red at the top away. Okay, I then rotate that bottom left one that I need to change. I rotate that up to the top left. Now I'm going to back up my truck and go beep, 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 beep. Now I have red matching that red. If I just turn slightly, I have all these white pieces in a row. And guess what? Some students get here and they're like, I don't know what to do. Well, I know I said I was going to look at the red side the whole time, but I want to show you, look here. Intuitively, you probably would say, hey, you just rotate that back. There you go. We have our first layer and our first whole color done. So the whole white side is completed, and then I have my first layer all the way around completed that matches the appropriate colors. Okay? So if you ever mixed it up, some students are like, oh, well, it's not correct. Yeah, it is. I have that first layer done. I just need to put it in the correct spots, right? There we go. So that is our first layer with the white side completed. All right, so their next video will be about putting this, making sure that our edge pieces are in the correct spots that match the correct color. Okay, that'll be our next video.